Staying grounded when the ground shifts. When the world wavers, the strongest leaders don't shout louder, they stand firmer. Welcome back to the Daily Spark. Change isn't always slow and predictable. Sometimes it erupts across borders and tests the resolve of entire nations. Today's story highlights how calm, disciplined leadership helped steady Europe when it was on the brink of collapse. In 2008, the global financial crisis rippled through Europe, shaking economies and exposing deep fractures in the Eurozone. By 2010, Greece teetered on the edge of bankruptcy, and fears spread that one nation's failure could unravel the entire European Union. Markets panicked, protests erupt, and political leaders scrambled for solutions. At the center stood German Chancellor Angela Merkel, a physicist turned politician who preferred logic over emotion, data over drama. While other leaders resorted to fiery speeches and finger-pointing, Merkel projected steadiness. She was criticized by some for moving too slowly, but her deliberate pace was intentional. If the euro fails, she warned, Europe fails. Merkel faced enormous pressure. Her own citizen opposed financial bailouts, yet global stability demanded them. She navigated between moral hazard and economic necessity, between compassion and discipline. Rather than yielding to panic, she convened long nights of negotiations, demanding accountability alongside of assistance. Her calm, pragmatic approach became the anchor for the entire continent. Even when disagreement was fierce, her tone never wavered. Merkel's leadership was not defined by charisma, but by consistency. She reminded the world that strength doesn't always come from loud declarations. Sometimes it comes from quiet resolve. Over the next decade, the Eurozone stabilized. Countries implemented reforms, confidence returned, and Europe emerged even stronger. Merkel's steady hand didn't just preserve a currency, it preserved an ideal of unity. Now, her story shows that in moments of upheaval, the role of a leader isn't to fuel emotion, but to absorb it. The calmest presence becomes the most powerful one, not because they silence chaos, but because they rise above that chaos. Here's a reflection prompt. When the world feels uncertain, how can you lead with clarity and composure rather than reaction and noise? And your daily spark? In times of crisis, calm isn't weakness, it's wisdom in motion. Thanks for listening. Tomorrow we'll wrap up our Leading Through Change series with a company that turned near bankruptcy into one of the greatest reinventions of all time. Until our next episode, I am wishing you well.